Spider-Man, the amazing detective man-spider. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, oh! Look, it's still sealed. One side is Hulk. The other side is Spider-Man. Still sealed. I don't even know what this is. Some sort of cartoon, I think. No clue. Seems cool. I'd watch it, but I don't want to open it. Okay, this needs 4 double A's. Do I have 4? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I have decided that the Land of the Lost, whatever the hell this is, this Tiger Land of the Lost, this is kind of garbage. Dude looks like he's turning old in the second picture of his face for Ghost Rider. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is turning old. I mean, we all are, you know? And then, see, that's him as a young man, and then that's an old man, and then that's a dead man. So there you go. It's the 3 stages of life. You know how it is. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Oh gosh, no. Don't battle yet. Alright, what's going on? Start. Can I...
Let the battle begin. Guile, fight!
This is the best version of Street Fighter that there is, I think, you know? I'm just gonna slap Guile. Yeah! Take it, Guile, take it! I'm gonna slap you. I'm slapping you. Yeah, come on. Do something cool. Do something cool, Cammy. No, I'm getting kicked. Damn it. Come on, come on. No. Oh, I lost. The music cuts off for the hit sound effects. Yeah. Do I have to play as Cammy? Can I choose a different character? Do kicks work better? Oh, I could jump. Can I... Oh, ow. I brought this thing to school so many times. I played this so much. Okay.
You are not a warrior, you are a beginner.
Well, I still lost. Can I be anyone else? Okay. I guess I'm Guile this time, right?
Let the battle begin. Fight!
Okay, which one am I? Oh! Holy crap! The computer knows how to do cool stuff. I don't know how to do anything. Do you have... Oh my god. How do I do this? Cammy's kicking my butt. God damn it. Why is this so hard? Can I... Are they like actual... Like, do you have to actually input the proper controller movements, or... You know, I have no idea. Well, I...
You are not a warrior, you are a beginner.
Alright. Alright, so I'm Cammy this time. So then...
Let the battle begin. PJ, fight! Max out!
I don't think this is working. Do something. Come on. Yeah.
Out. DJ wins.
Oh, that's DJ? Well, I did better than I did before. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Thank you for the raid, R&B Pikachu. Welcome in. Hello, California Kid. Hello, Aria133. That was a great fight. I don't know if I call it a great fight, but it was a fight. Man, 1994. Tiger Electronics, Street Fighter 2, The New Challengers. I used to bring this thing to school all the time. You can turn it on, and you can click the sound button, and it makes it mute. So you can play it in class, and nobody can know you're playing. Feeling better today? Yeah, I had a terrible, terrible headache yesterday. It was awful. I was just in pain the whole day. I was worried that I would still have a headache today, but thankfully I do not. So that's good. Alright, so we're going to start with Star Wars, I think. And we couldn't read Ghost Rider last time because Ghost Rider number 6 is actually a sequel to Avengers 123. Now, I have no idea how this is going to work because I haven't read any of the Avengers, like at all. But you know, we'll read it, and that'll lead into the Ghost Rider story, so, you know, whatever. At least, because, you know, we're focused on the Ghost Rider right now. Maybe someday we'll get to Avengers or something, but for now, Ghost Rider. But yeah, I had to order that, so that would be here, and we could actually read it and stuff. Alright, so let's do Star Wars. Let's start with Star Wars then, I think. Alright, feel like a new hatchling? I wish. No, I don't feel like a new hatchling. I feel like an old, worn out hatchling that is sick and tired of being in pain. This comic book is still only 35 cents to this day. Yeah, still only 35 cents. I mean, if you want to buy this comic book, 35 cents and it's yours. Look, this one's 25 cents. And this one was 25 cents. This one is still 35 cents. Hey, thanks for the 35 cents. Sold. Alright, I'll have to send you a copy then. I might actually have another copy of this at the Antique Mall. I don't know. Because I built my Star Wars collection back in like 2014. I was buying lots on eBay. It's like just big lots of them. You know, like 10, 20, 30 at a time, whatever. It's just like, here's a pile of Star Wars comics. And I'd get them pretty cheap, and then I'd keep the ones that I was missing, and then I would put the rest of them in the Antique Mall. For some reason, people haven't really been buying them at the Antique Mall too much. But, you know, whatever. Alright, anyway, let's go. So we got the ad again for the amazing Energized Spider-Man, who throws light and powers his helicopter, and he does the salt thing that you talked about before. He's throwing salt on the table, I guess. Alright, here we go. Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there exists a state of cosmic civil war. A brave alliance of underground freedom fighters has challenged the tyranny and oppression of the awesome galactic empire. This is their story. Continuing the saga begun in the film by George Lucas, released by 20th Century Fox, Archie Goodwin is the current writer and editor. Carmine Infantino, who worked on the old Silver Age Batman comics, and Bob Wyasek. I don't know what Bob Wyasek has worked on other than this. Probably things. I don't know. Artist Irv W is the letterer. Gaff. Yeah, I think those are separate. Gaff is colorer, and Jim Shooter is the consulting editor. The ultimate gamble, because they're on a casino. They're in like a floating casino thing. See this like big circle that I don't know why Red Skull is in the middle of the casino. I don't think Red Skull appears in this issue. I don't think he has anything to do with Star Wars. It's a Captain America thing, but yeah. Anyway, the giant sphere thing here. This is a giant floating casino. That all of the imperial senators and governors and whatever, they all like to go there to relax and stuff. And it's a kind of protected safe haven zone that the Empire's like, all right, we aren't gonna mess with this for some sort of a compensation agreement thing. I don't know. Anyway, it will sound like you never heard of crossovers. Alright, let's see if Red Skull shows up in this. There's one of the rebels we're after. Vaporize him and his droids. R2-D2, forget about tapping into the main computer system to locate hospital facilities for Master Luke. We're already doomed. This is the Wheel, a man-made space station. And here, in one of its lower-level access corridors, a race from its docking bays to escape pursuing stormtroopers is about to end. Yeah, okay, so this is January 1979 issue. Dang, we started in July or August 1977, and we're already in 1979. Okay. But not in the way expected by the Imperial troops, as their fingers tighten on their blaster triggers, sorry. What? Some kind of barrier coming down between us. It's a containment wall to seal off damaged sections. Or the walls cease firing, or the wall's blast shielding will cause the fiery energy bolts to ricochet back into those who shot them. Man, these stormtroopers just shot themselves. They all just shot themselves. Very competent. Very competent. Let's pull this down a little bit here, and then I can put this up. There we go. That's amazing, R2. What an incredible stroke of luck for us. Doot a bree wee. You made that happen by tampering with the wall circuitry? Well, I don't think that's any excuse for name-calling. After all, you still didn't fulfill our primary task of locating the bree-boop. You learned where the hospital is, too. How can one thermocapsular dehousing assister be so intolerable? Very Stormtrooper thing to do, yeah. Remember when Captain America, Luke Skywalker, Bugs Bunny, and the Resident Evil 4 merchant teamed up to help Charles Barkley defeat Godzilla? Great crossover. I could see that happening. I could totally see that happening. Marvel Comics is just crazy enough to do it. That question will be intensely debated throughout the journey to the Wheel's hospital facilities, and unknown to the two mechanized debaters. Their progress is being carefully charted from the Great Space Station's executive tower. Excuse me, Senator Greyshade, but those droids carrying the injured young rebel seem to have outwitted Commander Strom's troopers. Outwitted them. Yes, that's exactly what they did. They outwitted them. They didn't shoot themselves. One of them actually had the audacity to tap into my system. Such initiative and devotion seems most unusual, sir. I'd like to study. Master Com, the only one of those rebels I'm interested in is Princess Leia Organa. Have you carried out my orders, or are you too busy mooning over two fellow droids? Sorry to irritate you, my senator, but my personalized form doesn't prevent me from performing multifunctions like any master computer system. All proceeds as you requested. Though, of course, we work on a very tight time margin. Remind me to compliment you on your choice of sanctuaries, Mr. Solu. If we get out of this alive. Send for the Marvel superheroes! At last! Our Titanic top titles are available in a special offer at Super Savings. Sweet. If you order 5, you get a free subscription to Star Wars. That's awesome. 1979 heralds a new year of Marvel greatness. Marvel's Greatest Superhero Battles by Stan Lee. The Mighty World of Marvel pinup book. Stan Lee presents Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, The Silver Surfer. The Incredible Hulk by Stan Lee. The Incredible Mighty Marvel Comics Calendar 1979. Stan Lee presents The Hours of Fun book, Marvel Mazes to Drive You Mad. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way by Stan Lee. Okay. Origins of Marvel Comics, Son of Origins. Best of Spidey Super Stories, and the Mighty Marvel Fun book. 1979, it means the most cosmic Silver Surfer adventure of all is here. The year of the Incredible Hulk is here, and we have the calendar to go with it. 1979, it's the year you'll remember for the greatest comic art classics ever. That's a promise. Alright. So, okay, this picture, unrelated. I started laughing because I saw this picture and the image popped in my head of Han Solo from the cartoon in the Star Wars Christmas special, where Han Solo's face is really long and he looks like a horse. It just made me think of that. Oh, sorry. It seemed like a good idea at the time, Your Royalness. The Empire has always willingly kept its hands off the wheel. Until now. Horse Solo? Yeah, have you guys ever seen that? Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. There it is. If that'll work. Check it out. I don't know why his face is so long. His neck is also really long, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's unrelated. The image popped in my head of it when I looked at this. Oh, boy. Anyway. With Luke zapped by some kind of mental shock while meditating on the Force, we had to find medical facilities. And fast. Last issue, Archie. How was I to know that heading for here would bring us across a merchant ship scuttled by the Imperials, but made to look like it had been attacked by your Rebel Alliance? Or that one of the Empire's Pursuit-class cruisers would immediately hop on our tails, intent upon nailing us as the Rebel pirates? Whatever they're really up to, our being dead plays too important a part to suit me. I'm not exactly pleased either, Han, particularly since they're charging us, and there's no way to stop them all. That's kind of a funny-looking stormtrooper, too. Also, look at Han's face here. Look at his face. What is this grin? What is this? But as the stormtroopers move in, wheel security, Imperials. Thank you for detaining these interlopers. We'll take it from here. Well, what? But our commander had already arranged with the wheel administrator that we could... If there's a misunderstanding, why compound it, particularly from a weak defensive position? Leave this matter to Senator Grayshade. He's the wheel administrator? Han, I know him from my Senate days. He's utterly corrupt and contemptible and obviously my kind of guy. If we're choosing between evils, your worship, I go with the one that lets you live longer. Hey, it's Iron Man! Yo, whoa, whoa! Hey, what's up? Welcome in. We just started. We're doing Star Wars number 19, Marvel Comics. However, once the security guards have taken charge of their captives... Hey, what is this? The lady and I are a team. We stick together. Senator Grayshade thinks otherwise. Your life is now being measured by how cooperative you are in helping us search for your ship. And by what we find there. Whoa, Camelot! Do you think there's a lot of camels in Camelot? The lowest prices on Marvels from the greatest store. Our giant 80-page magazine and catalog is 16 pages in color and more than you can imagine. You've never seen anything like it. Heavy-duty trampoline kit, 6 feet by 12 feet, commercial pit type. By far the best bounce you've ever felt. $165 each. Damn, that's expensive. 1978. The world's biggest and best comic convention, November 24th to 26th, Statler Hilton, 33rd and 7th Avenue in Manhattan. 1 million old and new comics for sale and trade. Meet 100 guests, Marvel artists, writers, editors, learn to draw and write Marvel comics. Giant film show, live superheroes, art displays, autographs, prizes, and more. Sweet. We buy and sell comics. Over 500,000 copies in stock, 1938 to present issues. We are well known as specialists in Marvel and DC. Send 50 cents for our big illustrated buying and selling comic catalog. Clint's Comics, Kansas City, Montana. Montana? M.O.? Kansas City, Missouri. Or, wait, M.O. What the hell's M.O.? Is M.O. Missouri? Man, I do not know. I see M.O., I think Montana. I'm like, wait a second. Kansas City is not in Montana. Rattlesnake belt buckle. Really neat heavy metal buckle. Brass plated, only $5. Brown or black belt to fit. $4.50, add $1 postage handling. Learn law enforcement in your spare time. No previous experience necessary. Criminal investigation, rules of evidence, fingerprinting, traffic control, court procedures. These are just a few of the fascinating subjects covered in this home study course that explains everything from arrest procedures to disaster control, burglary, narcotics, homicide, sex offenders. Learn the methods of the professional law officer. Camel City, yeah. Camelot, that's Camel City. Camel City, Montana, there you go. Fun Factory, a mini spy camera. Take pictures of people when they're not looking. Hypnotize women. Wear a werewolf mask to scare women. Pocket spy scope to spy on women. X-ray specs to look at women. Oh my gosh, a whoopee cushion. Red Hot Pepper Gum. Wow. Great Caesar's Ghost! Get the famous Clark Bar superhero posters. Brighten up a dull room with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Shazam, Thor, or Wonder Woman. Bruh. Bruh. It's a whoopee cushion, bruh. While that search is being conducted, there is another fugitive from the Millennium Falcon unaccounted for. His name is Chewbacca. That reminds me of a song. You guys familiar with that one? His name is Chewbacca. He is a Wookiee. And he's had more success than any of his friends at eluding the stormtroopers. In fact, despite having to hide the body of a slain rebel recovered from the plundered merchant ship, also last issue, He alone has enjoyed remarkable luck in reaching the group's goal, the upper level of the wheel. I might have to play a little clip there if you guys don't know. R1 hit song. You guys. Anyway, look up DVDA. I am Chewbacca. Okay. He alone has enjoyed remarkable luck in reaching the group's goal. The upper level of the wheel. Okay, casino. Was a diner? Sweet. Unfortunately, that luck is about to run out. The so-called upper level of the wheel is actually a city lining its interior rim. It is a city maintained by artificial atmosphere and gravity, and devoted solely to pleasure, specifically the pleasure of gambling. The city has every conceivable luxury and facility a discerning visitor might require, but the overwhelming majority of its buildings are casinos. And it is an agreed-upon meeting place called the Crimson Casino that Chewbacca's luck sours. One moment, please, sir. Our entrance scanner has no printout on you. This would indicate you have not paid your wheel registration fee or established a credit level. Since you had to check your blaster at the door, we recommend that you come quietly to wheel security. Anyone may make a recommendation to a Wookiee. The difficulty, of course, is getting him to go along with it. Woo! Star Wars Special! Official Star Wars action figures. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, C-3PO, R2-D2, Stormtrooper, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Sand People, and Death Squad Commander. Special 4 for $10.95 and $1.25 postage and handling, or $2.79 and 50 cents postage handling each. You can get an X-Wing fighter for $13.95 and $1.50. TIE fighter for $13.95 and $1.50. Land Speeder for $6.95 and 75 cents. Authentic replicas with special release buttons that open cockpits, pop hoods, activate escape hatches. Action figure is not included. Radio-controlled R2-D2. It's a working model of R2-D2. He stands a big 8 inches tall and is controlled by a 2-channel radio that operates up to 20 feet away. R2-D2 moves in 4 directions, and his chrome-plated head makes a beeping sound as it rotates. Battery-operated, batteries not included, $33.95 and $3 postage and handling. Star Wars stand-up posters. Made of heavy corrugated board, these life-size 69.5-inch tall stand-ups are so real, you'll think Chewie is in your room. Available in Darth Vader, C-3PO, R2-D2 is 41 inches tall, and Chewbacca, only $7.95 each and $1.50 postage and handling. I actually have one of these of Bob Ross downstairs right now. It's just in the living room. Star Wars pendants! Beautifully crafted in perfect detail. The Force will now be with you, always. Available in Darth Vader. Blank. There definitely was a word there that they whited out before printing. Stormtrooper's head. Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Spaceship, and R2-D2. Each $3.95 and 75 cents postage and handling, or you can get the entire set for $28.95 and $2 postage and handling. Wait, hold up. What are we holding up for? Star Wars rings! A must for every Star Wars fan. This beautifully boxed set of 3 adjustably sized rings. Set 1 contains Darth Vader, C-3PO, and R2-D2, or Set 2 contains Stormtrooper, Chewbacca, and Spaceship. Set of 3 rings, only $4.95 and 75 cents postage and handling, or an individually $2.19 and 50 cents. Are you talking about Bob Ross stand-up poster and not an RC Bob Ross? Yes. Yes, it is like a 7-foot tall Bob Ross corrugated board poster that stands up thing. You know, it's like a cardboard cutout of Bob Ross. It's in my living room. R2-D2, a rag-bodied, cuddly 10-inch friend. Squeak, he says, in robot language, when you squeeze him. $9.49 and $1.50 postage and handling. Plush R2-D2 and Chewbacca toys. Produced by the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon Art. Squeak, squeak. Wookiees need love, too. Chewie is now a friendly 20-inch plush toy that looks like a plush rug and fits just right in your arms. $12.95 and $1.50 postage and handling. Both toys are fully washable. For some reason I thought you were saying you had an RC Bob Ross. I would not be surprised if that exists. That'd be pretty cool. 1979 Star Wars calendar. Make sure the Force is with you in 79. All new with shots never seen before. A must! $4.95 and 50 cents postage and handling. Visit the Heroes World at Livingston Mall, Livingston, New Jersey. Randolph Plaza, Center Grove Road, Randolph, New Jersey. And new Nassau Mall, 3601 Hempstead Turnpike. Maybe? I don't know. Levittown, New York. It's fun for everyone. No sugar to harm your teeth. Okay with the moms of the world. Soft, juicy chunks taste great. Amazing bubbles in 4 long-lasting flavors. You got Blammo, soft and sugar-free bubblegum. Ask your mom to buy the money-saving box. You can buy chunks one at a time. All right. Eliminating the man with the blaster is a good strategic move, but it also leaves Chewie open to the second of the Crimson Casino's bouncers. Being an expert who finds himself rarely tested, he grabs this opportunity fast and hard. A brawl. Who'll wager on the outcome? What odds? I'll back the Mandalorian giant at 5-4. When Mandalorians are trained from childhood in the combative arts, unfair. Your expertise equals mine. Very well, since the Wookiee is only brute persistence in his favor, let us say, all bets are off. Brakash! And the Millennium Falcon's first mate wins his battle. Oh, sorry, I just banged this thing and it... Oh my goodness. Alright, let's try to tighten that up a little bit. There we go. Sorry. I'm knocking my... I'm getting too exuberant. I'm knocking my webcam around. That guy is huge. He is massive. He is bigger than a Wookiee. But the Wookiee still whooped his butt because that's what Wookiees do. At the cost of arousing wheel security... Oh, dang. The wheel security just shot him. They shot him in the back like a bunch of cowards. Did you see that? They took a maximum stun charge to bring him down.
I've heard of rookies, but I've never seen one. What a specimen for the big game.
I imagine that's how that guy sounds. He's got a weird mouth. That's exactly where he's headed. I don't know where that voice came from. The furhead will find he's boarded the wheel for the ultimate gamble when he wakes up in the gladiator pits. Meanwhile, in one of the wheel's interior docking bays, you guys are destroying a work of engineering art, undoing years of special modifications. What do you expect to find? Wheels profits you pirated from a house of tag merchant ship, rebel, and we're authorized to carry out a death sentence if you don't start cooperating. Ooh, rough. And as this scene is video monitored to the Wheels Executive Tower, it is viewed by a recent arrival to the Administrator's office suite. Greyshade. Ah, and you seem so firmly resolved not to speak to me. Your brand of senatorial politics is still too fresh on my mind, but I believe I know what Han Solo doesn't. Call off your men. It sounds as if you actually care for that vagabond Starhopper. I care about many things, Simon Greyshade. That's the difference between us. You're easily amused, but never committed. Now, do you want to hear about hijacked wheel profits or not? I yield the floor to the beautiful Princess Senator from Alderaan. Alderaan is destroyed by the hand of the Empire, the same hand that's grabbed your shipment of profits. Until I knew what cargo the merchant ship carried, I couldn't guess what the Imperials were up to. The Empire's never dared interfere with the wheel for fear of ruining its popularity and value as a source of taxes. But if it appears to have become a target of the Rebel Alliance, then they can justify a complete takeover in the guise of offering protection, and everyone will accept it. There are flaws, but what you suggest does seem typical of Imperial thinking. The best proof, of course, would be finding that pirated cargo, and I have a theory about that. If you'll just set me and my friends free, I'll... Senator Greyshade, Commander Strom is on his way here at the head of the squad of stormtroopers. He's furious over your interference in his hunt for the rebels, and I fear... Vidal! We've moved too swiftly for your security squads or this walking master computer. Strom, I think you've gone mad. Merely reckless, Greyshade. Though not as much as you. Or do you deny that a rebel leader is at your side? Ooh, we got some backstabbing happening. Alright, we'll get to the Star Wars in a minute. Yeah, okay. Just when you thought the waters were safe again, Jaws 2! Rick Marshall, Gene Colan, and Tom Palmer present the tension-filled Marvel Comics version of the year's most thrilling motion picture. It's 56 pages of drama, humor, and high adventure brought to you in full-spectrum color. Reproduced directly from Palmer's hand-painted originals. Plus, an exclusive interview with Jaws 2 director Jeannot Soir? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I'll read Star Wars. I'll come back to that after we're done with the story. Subscribe now to Pizzazz, Marvel's most off-the-wall mag, and get 6 months of your favorite comics. Star Wars, games, puzzles, prizes, TV, movies, rock, funny stuff. Pizzazz gives you more for your money. Save $3. Alright. Pick up a Craftsman. You won't believe it's an airgun. The realness sets a Craftsman airgun apart from all others. Not a toy, not a firearm. It's a truly different and exciting way of shooting. Craftsman airguns thrive on authenticity. Pick up our Model 760. The world's most popular BB and pellet pump rifle. You'll see real gun features like adjustable sights, blued steel, all over precision engineering. A 760 feels real too. Balanced, solid, shoots BBs as a repeater with its 180 BB reservoir and 18 BB magazine, or shoots 177 caliber pellets as a single shot. The Model 760, like all Craftsman airguns, delivers power, accuracy, and quality. BB and pellet performance unavailable anywhere else. See it, feel it, buy it at your Craftsman dealer. Join the millions whose first impressions of our airguns last a lifetime. Solid, easy pump action. Accenting butt trim, quick loading BB port, adjustable sight. There you go. Hell yeah, the original get off my property squirrel. Exactly. There you go. My grandpa keeps his BB gun at the door for the pigeons, actually. For harboring a fugitive like Leia Organa, I'm within my rights to execute you where you stand, Greyshade. And with my squad posted at your suite's entrance, no one will arrive to stop me. No one has to, Strom. Master Com, disarm him! Bzzz! My hands! Does it come with a grenade launching attachment and laser sight? No, you have to pay extra for those. Be glad they weren't blown off. Even if the master computer does automatically revert back to its original system when attacked, those robot bodies are expensive. Besides, I hate talking to walls. Actually, the old model was getting a bit worn, sir. I believe this new one will function even better. You can start by escorting Commander Strom into the antechamber. I want to talk to him alone. Meanwhile, my suite is yours to feel at home in, Princess. Enjoy yourself. And don't waste time looking for another way out. There isn't any. Moments later. Master Calm, you will not record or hear this conversation. What's this all about, Greyshade? About our becoming partners, Strom? Partners? Now, who seems to have gone mad? Strom, I know what the Empire's doing. That the supposed rebel theft of wheel profits is the first step in a planned takeover. Done well, it's a scheme that could succeed. You haven't done it well, Strom. But no one particularly, your superiors, need learn that if I keep silent. In return for what, Greyshade? The only thing all my charm and total lack of scruples ever failed to bring me. Princess Leia Organa. Incredible. You're actually a romantic. But what about her traveling companions? They can't leave without running into your military containment zone. I'll see to it that they can't stay either, and live. I never thought I'd say this to a civilian, but I like your thinking. Sometime later, at the Wheels Hospital. This shock case is still here? I thought records indicated he wasn't registered. Master Computer System authorized holding and treatment, Doctor, until further orders. Unusual. What about those two droids who brought him? More comic blondes, R&B. We got more comic blondes. Real foreign money, only 10 cents. Japanese World War II note from the Philippines. 1951 Bulgarian leva with hidden watermark. 1930 Chinese bill for 10 custom gold units. 2 other notes from Chile and Korea. All 10 cents. All other exciting notes to examine. Buy any or none. Return balance. Cancel service any time. Harris Banknotes. New Saturn II Starship. Have a close encounter of your own kind. Intriguing for all ages. Completely assembled. Automatically changes in flight from 2 to 3 dimensions or upon command. Performs many magical tricks which will astound your friends. Complete instructions included. Live seahorses. 6 live seahorses, adults, and up to 30 ponies from pregnant male. Marine salt, food, seahorse tree, seashells, coral, silica, sand, live snail, live plant, and instructions for $6.98. Alright. The last thing in bike equipment. Safety wing from Europe. $2.95 value. What the hell is this thing? What is this? Safety wing? You're gonna have to explain what the hell a safety wing is. Owl eye reflector shines red behind, white ahead. Extends 14 inches. Bright orange day glow arm of flexible plastic. Flips out for night riding. Folds away when not in use. I guess it's just a reflector. Just a light reflector. Alright. And 1 Whoppers wrapper. Here's a whopper of a deal for all you night riders. From Whoppers, the crunchy malted milk candy everyone loves. Real malted milk candy with crunch covered with rich cocoa coating. Ask for Whoppers whenever you buy candy. Idea! Kids, Whoppers makes a super malted milkshake too. Try it. 1/2 cup of milk. 1/2 cup of Whoppers malted milk candy. 2 scoops of ice cream, and blend it until it's thoroughly delicious. You can always tell a Whopper when you hear one crunch. Alright. Right outside, I believe, Doctor, near the computer relay bank. R2-D2, hurry with those repairs. If anyone even suspects we tampered with communications to authorize Master Luke's hospitalization, I'm afraid... Tatooine! Fuss budget? Why, you misprogrammed sludge container, You're the ones I want. Come along quickly, or I'll use this disruptor. No need for that, officer. We're the very spirit of cooperation. Only concern for our sick master made us. That's nothing to me, droid. You're wheel property now. It's my job to get you into storage. Wheel property? Surely there's been an error, sir. Then someone named Han Solo made it. You've just been pawned to him. You've just been pawned to give him a gambling stake. Now shut up and move. Nice. Resignedly, 3PO and R2 obey the security officer. Elsewhere, obedience is in shorter supply. These are the gladiator pits located in the bottommost section of the wheel. Hurry with those control prods. That Wookiee's awake and not happy with his pitmates. Oh man, they put Chewbacca in the gladiator pit. Is that Beast with multiple arms? Yeah, look at him. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think. Oh, wait. 7? 8. I don't know. I count at least 8. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, I count 7. Maybe there's one off camera. Or off panel, whatever. There's definitely at least 6. That might not be a hand. I don't know. He looks kind of like Beast. Yeah, he does. He's got the belt, like the yellow belt with the... It's like a diaper. Yeah, he kind of looks like Beast. I can see that. Alright.
That's it. Keep 'em at bay. Better listen up, big fella. You got an important decision to make. You're on the wheel illegally, and you run up a lot of fines and damages. Well, this is payoff time. You can volunteer for a gladiator service in the big game, with a chance of a fortune if you're a winner. Snarf! Or you can be dumped on a waiting Empire prison ship, destination the spice mines at Kessel. Not much of a choice, is it, Fizzy?
If he had more arms and thinner, yeah. Captain Marvel meets the Dreadnought. They did it again, Captain Marvel. The Dreadnought Raider just hijacked another automated supply ship to the Omega space station. I see its Dreadnought ahead, with its victim. Exerting this tremendous strength, the Kree warrior propels the Raider's ship into another galaxy, releasing the supply ship. Captain Marvel, you've driven the Dreadnought Raider off. Our supply ships will be safe in the future. But most of all, you rescued our shipment of Hostess fruit pies, and I thought we'd never enjoy these apple or cherry pies again. Now we can enjoy this light, tender crust and the real fruit filling. It is not right for evil to rule men's destiny, or to deprive them of their fruit, Hostess pies. You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess fruit pies. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, we'll come back to that in a little bit. And then, okay.
You lose again, Starhopper.
Blast it. I thought when my luck had changed when the wheel security let me off the hook on those piracy charges. Then they hit me with what I owe if I want to stay on board. It's been downhill ever since. Yeah, Captain Marvel was a guy for like the first, I don't know, 30, 40 years of his existence. This is actually the second Captain Marvel right here. This one was introduced in the 70s. I forget his name. But there was the 1960s Captain Marvel that was also a guy. And then there was the original Captain Marvel from like the 1940s who was a guy. It didn't become Lady Miss Marvel until like the mid-80s. Like 1984 maybe. Hey Diggler Dirk, how you doing? Welcome in. Alright, yeah. With Chewie missing, Luke hospitalized, and Leia held by the wheel administrator, I can't afford to get kicked off, especially not when the Empire's waiting with open arms. Since the Falcon was confiscated against docking fees, all I could do was put the droids in Hawk. I pray I could run up a big enough stake to bail us all out. I'll need more chips than this, cashier. Sorry, sir. That's all that remains of your credit line. Treat yourself to a lubrication-soaked tin britches. That way I know I'm not the only one who took a bath. Sir, one moment, please. Though your credit is exhausted, it is still possible for you to gamble. And what do I use for stakes, cashier? Why, your life, sir. See for yourself. The ultimate gamble. High risk, high reward. Be a gladiator in the big game. Han Solo stares long and hard. Oh, it's Metroid time, baby. Hey, Celery Man, what's up? How you doing? Then walks from the casino's atmosphere of plush excitement into one of cold desperation. Just let the scanner get an identiprint for the record, and congratulations, Corellian, you're a gladiator. Information that is swiftly relayed to the Wheel's executive tower. What now, Senator Greyshade? Now we arrange for our smuggler captain to lose the big game, just as certainly as we made him lose the others. Next issue, Death Game. Wow, we're going to be on issue number 20. Next issue already. Whoa, what is this? Full color poster spectacular. We got Sean Jacket, Parker Blue, Cheryl Ladd, L.A. Farah, Giant Sean, a life-size poster of Sean Jacket, Mr. Adams. Is that Grizzly Adams? I don't know. Parker Blue, Miss Teagues, and Dallas Cowboy. Okay. Sure. 100-piece toy soldier set made of durable plastic, each with its own base. Packed in this Foot Locker toy storage box. Okay, let's go read the Star Words. Doing alright, having some ramen. Sweet, I love ramen. I want ramen. Here's the Star Words. Archie, your Star Wars is just brilliant. I do have some complaints, however. Well, apparently it's not just brilliant. I can understand one of the major problems you must have in scripting Star Wars. That none of the regular characters can mature, grow, or change, and fear that those changes might affect the continuity of the next film. And since you have about 1.5 years to work with until the next film comes out, that places you between a rock and a very hard place indeed. There are, however, some solutions possible. 1. You can adapt Alan Dean Foster's Splinter the Mind's Eye. Since it's already been accepted by the Star Wars Corporation, it would give you at least 6 issues worth of material to work with. Number 2, you could separate our gang of Star Warriors and show their separate adventures. They were just separated. They were separated for like the first 15 issues. Don't separate them again. Okay. And show their separate adventures. After those horrible issues with Han Solo and Chewbacca, I can understand why you might not want to do that. Yeah, there you go. But with some tight control, I feel like you could do something more with the characters without radically changing them. Again, thank you for a great comic book. Stephen Allen Bennett, 842 Hunt Street, Akron, Ohio. We appreciate the kind words, suggestions, and criticisms, Stephen. As you probably guessed from issues 16 and 17, the idea of separating the Star Wars characters is already part of our plans, and will continue to be in this future. Stories are already in the works revolving around Ben Kenobi and Luke and Leia, plus in the planning stages is an episode centered on Darth Vader. Ooh, exciting. A number of writers besides yourself have suggested doing an adaptation of Splinter's the Mind's Eye, but there are no plans to do so at this writing. Marvel doesn't have the rights to all the Star Wars material, only to producing comics utilizing characters from the film. That doesn't make such an adaptation a total impossibility, but it does mean that it probably won't happen in the near future. Dear folks, seeing Han Solo duel Crimson Jack in space sparked off more excitement in my corner than you could guess. Han looked like no one so much as he looked like Adam Strange jetting through the skies of Ran. We finally got that brand of old-fashioned outer space adventure, and it was the best issue you've ever done. Number 15. I mean, you finally got the cast off that mud ball of a water planet and out into space. No battle on the water can possibly compare with the excitement of a war in the stars. My only regret is that it didn't happen a lot sooner. There was some real writing in this issue. Luke's inability to swim, the desertion of Jolly's father, which did more to establish her character than anything so far, Han's stratagem in stealing the navigation charts, and Jolly's death in a vengeful ball of fire were all excellent. And the art! My meager words can hardly serve to praise the job that Infantino and Austin have done here. It would be hard to find art that was more appropriate or perfect. Beppe Sabatini, 129 Gunson Street, East Lansing, Michigan? Dear folks, I recently read Star Wars number 15. The art was good as usual, but on page 7, panel 3, Luke says he couldn't swim, and you show that Princess Leia could. If Archie had read the new book containing the adventures of Luke Skywalker, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, he would have discovered differently. In the book, the princess couldn't swim, but Luke could. Just thought I'd pass it along. Steve Gulden, 1144 Broadway Boulevard, Kenhorst, Reading, Pennsylvania. As did more than several other faithful followers, Steve. What happened is this. Archie had already finished the story when he read the Alan Dean Foster book, and by then, it was too late to do anything about the discrepancy. Mr. Goodwin's reasoning when he wrote that particular episode was that it fit with the character of a boy from a desert world like Tatooine not to be able to swim. Mr. Foster probably had his own equally good reasons for the reverse to be true, and certainly no way of knowing what was going to be done in the comic. That's what happened. How to resolve? It's a bit more of a problem. Our incredibly clever solution is this. We're going to cop out and drop it back in the laps of Marvel and Star Wars Dumb assembled. So we're making it official. A definite no prize with a Death Star cluster to the inventive. Someone we feel best bails us out of this mess. We're depending on you here. The Micronauts are coming. By Mantlo and Golden. Not if I can help it. Alright. Cool. Alright, well that was Star Wars issue number 19. I think these are getting better. What do you guys think? Like the first... Yeah, after the first 6, which is just adapting the first film, from like 7 to 15, I feel were pretty rough. But after like, I don't know, issue like 16, 17, I think it's starting to get pretty good. Alright, well. I guess I'll move on to the Avengers then? If no one has any commentary. Hey, Chaotic, what's up? How you doing? Howdy ho! How you doing? Good, bro. Alright, so this one, I don't know what to expect. I haven't looked at it or anything. I bought it because we started reading Ghost Rider number 6 2 weeks ago and found out that we were lost because this is a continuation of Avengers 123. So I went online, I specially ordered a copy of Avengers 123 so that we could figure out what the hell's going on in Ghost Rider number 6. Hopefully we won't get lost in this one and be like, hey, we gotta read Avengers 121, 122, and 123. I'm just gonna read Avengers 123. If we're lost, then we're lost. Whatever. At least it should set things up for Ghost Rider, which is the point. Howdy ho! Alright, so this is the first time I've ever read an Avengers comic on stream. Actually, one of the first times I've ever read an Avengers comic, period. I actually have not read much Avengers, like, whatsoever. I think I've read a couple reprint issues from the 60s, and that's about it. So, I don't know. We'll see what, or, you know what, I'm gonna not zoom in just yet. Okay, so this would be, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers. Stand back, all of you. Attack this blind man and face the wrath of Mantis. Okay. But the man you're shielding is Libra, the most dangerous member of Zodiac. Okay, so we did have Zodiac as a character in Ghost Rider number 6. So we're going to set up the Zodiac thing, I guess. Metroid hates the Avengers. I don't hate the Avengers. They're just... It's... The early comics are really expensive. And I like Spider-Man and X-Men more. That's all. It's a matter of priorities.
Then the newest Avenger is also a traitor.
I don't know what voice do you give to Thor? Like a German accent? A Nordic? Like a Lost Vikings? Just messing with me? Special shock issue, The Origin of Mantis. Okay, alright, well let's get in this and see what is going on. Stan Lee, the Mighty Avenger. Oh, presents the Mighty Avengers. Thought they were saying Stan Lee was the Mighty. I was like, okay. Steve Englehart is the author. Bob Brown, artist. Don Heck, inker. John Costanza, letterer. Petra Goldberg, colorist. And Roy Thomas as editor. I'm familiar with some of those names. Don Heck, John Costanza, Roy Thomas. The other ones I'm not too familiar with. Probably a slime monster if its mouth was full of toothpaste. That type of voice. Like that. Vengeance in Vietnam. Vietnam! This was printed when? When was this printed? 1974. Okay, Vietnam. Here we go. Here we come. Or an origin for Mantis. Nailed it. Perfect. Alright. The scene. The penthouse of Taurus, leader of the just defeated crime cartel called Zodiac. Oh, okay. There's... okay. The speaker, Libra, until this moment, simply one of the Zodiac's 12 members. The words, incredible and shocking. That's right. Avengers, I am the father of Mantis. Yeah, okay, I'm lost already, but we're going to read it anyway because Ghost Rider depends on this. My father, how can such heartless, cruel words pass from the mouth of any human being? To stand before us, after your crime cartel has collapsed and attempt to raise false sympathy in so terrible a manner? I pity you. Young lady, did I or did I not abandon my role as Libra, the balance of Zodiac, to rescue the Avengers, thereby breaking my bonds with crime? I have no motive for deceiving you. Last issue. Also, I had no idea there was some Minotaur dude in Marvel. Yeah, it's Taurus. Apparently. Yeah, I have no context for any of this. I have no idea. I'm just coming in this blind, so I'm as blind as all of you. Look. Hey, it's Iron Man. It's Iron Man! You still there, Iron Man? Look, maybe you're her father, and maybe you're Richard Nixon, but any further discussion can take place away from Zodiac's ears, right? Iron Man is correct. Oh, is that Vision? How does Vision sound? Iron Man is correct. We should deliver our prisoners to the authorities, and then adjourn to Avengers Mansion. And perhaps the study of Libra's surprising claim will divert your computer mind, Vision. Divert it? From your secret growing fear that your computer mind is beginning to malfunction like the machine it is. This one knows you to be a teller of untruths, Libra. This one has no father. Like the machine you are, every person who was born has a father, Mantis. Treasure of the Rudras! Rudra no Hihol! Is it under 30 hours? Really? Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I just bought a bootleg fan translated copy. So yeah, I'll add that. I'll add it to the list. But is it really under 30 hours? Ah, Vision, cool. Also, hello, Retrospective. Yeah, we're doing the Avengers, R&B. Alright, where is I? Okay, we're over here. Someone helped create this one, yes, but I know no one from whom I name father. I assure you, he lies. How Long to Beat says it is. As someone who's playing it now, I can say the design's really tight and the game is not intended to take a long time to finish. Okay, cool. Alright. Sweet. I'm excited to play it. It looks awesome. Zeph over there is actually, he's currently been streaming that too. So we got, I guess, we're going to have like a whole trio of people playing this game or something. I don't know. Although it's going to be a couple months probably till I reach that. But still. Very excited. It looks really fun. Here we go. Someone helped create this one, yes, but I know no one whom I name father. I assure you, he lies. You have seen how he moves so easily, though he calls himself blind and covers his eyes. No occidental criminal can do this. It is another deceit, so, you little minx. Do you believe me now, Mantis, now that you see where my eyes used to be? Horrible, is it not? Burned flesh can never be anything but horrible. But it is a crucial factor in the story I'm about to tell you. The story of your birth. Streaming it will take longer because the audience, but the game itself is not complicated to get through. Alright. I mean, I guess it wouldn't take too long to beat if you don't mess around with the magic system like you did for hours. I've had fun messing with goofy spell names. I made fuck and eat dicks, but I don't know what they do yet. Eat dicks cost 35 MP. Fart. We learned that fart is actually a wind damage spell. Which seems fitting. Yeah, it's a nice fart starting wind spell. And camel does lightning damage. First time I played, I probably spent like 2 hours just messing around with the magic system. I think I got like 4 hours invested into playing with the magic. It looks like a system you could really get sucked into. That's awesome. Someone mentioned that today. Highly appropriate for fart. Yeah. That's awesome. I can't wait to play around with that. That's going to be fun. Let's see, where are we? Okay. Yes, I am an Occidental. What's an Occidental? What does that mean? Does anyone know? I could look it up. Not that familiar with that word. Occidental? Relating to the countries of the West? Oh. So like a white man? I don't know. Alright. It's also stronger damage than Ferial, which is also 1 MP wind damage, but Ferial did 1 damage. Nice. If you add MA to make Mafart, it does AoE. Oh my gosh. Of relating to or located in the Occident. Western. Of or relating to Occidentals. Occidental, noun, a person of European ancestry. Alright, there you go. There you go. Yes, I am an Occidental. I am German, though. Though one could never tell it from my speech now. In 1953, I was a mercenary soldier with the French forces in Vietnam, because that is what I wanted to be. We're going to get some Vietnam background story in our Avengers. Reward, $80 paid for one of these coins. 1958, 1955, double dyed, 1960. Do you know which one? Did you spend this coin today? Many other coins will bring you over $1,000. J.G. Reardon of St. Louis just found a recently dated penny that was worth $9,575. Okay. Never finished high school? Now you can get a diploma without going back. Alright, I'm going to skip some of the boring ads because they're boring. unless someone really wants me to read one of them. Then, as later, the continual conflict mostly bypassed Saigon. I often relaxed in its charming streets and stores, and there I met Lua. Lua? Okay. It was a whirlwind courtship, but a real one. We were married only 2 months later. It was as we left the church that I first met Lua's brother and discovered that he disapproved of our marriage and that he could make his disapproval felt because he was king of the Saigon underworld. We barely escaped with our lives. He was known as Monsieur Cruel. Monsieur Cruel? Why, that's who the swordsman worked for when he was a criminal in Vietnam last year. Yes, Monsieur Cruel prospered in his field. Yet so did my wife and I. For nearly 10 months we fled her brother's wrath, moving from hamlet to hamlet, and one day we had a daughter. She gave us a reason to develop roots, which is how Monsieur Cruel finally caught us. He and his paid assassins with flamethrowers. Jeez. I haven't even beaten the game yet. I already want to do a second playthrough. Nice. Lua died, a victim of her brother's insane racial prejudices. My daughter escaped unharmed and I was blinded. Frantic with fear and flaming agony, I somehow grabbed my child and staggered away into the jungle. My impression after that are a jumble. Days passing into nights and back again, rain, heat, running, always running. Sometime before I could die, I stumbled onto a temple and human beings. They cared for me until I regained my sanity, and when I did, but we, the priests of Pama, can teach you to use your other senses and find enlightenment instead of light. Do not despair. Your eyes are gone. Your world is dark. Oh, sorry, I read that in the wrong order. Your world is dark, but we, the priests of Palma, can teach you to use your other senses and find enlightenment instead of light. What? What of my child? Papers you carried reveal you to be a soldier. We do not allow the ways of war into this temple. The girl shall be raised by us in our ways. So shall you be raised, as you learn from us. What could I do? I was helpless, then, unable to fight them. But they were as good as their word. They trained me until I no longer missed my eyes, though it took years. Then I began to sneak away, to look for my daughter and see how she was developing. I discovered them teaching her in the martial arts, covering every conceivable situation, every type of defense and offense, and always with emphasis on her perfection. The priests seemed to worship her for some unknown reason. They were always at her side. I could never communicate with her. In time, I forgot my love for this girl I no longer knew. I'm sick and tired of my job. Don't forget, dear, we've got a date for the movies with Jim and Helen tonight. Oh, honey, I'm bushed. That lousy job of mine. Please, dear. Besides, we don't get out that often. Oh, all right. Say, Jim and Helen have a nice place here. They're where he gets the money. Oh, Jim is in electronics now. You seem mighty happy in electronics, Jim. Hey, level with me. How'd you break in? Easier than you might think. With CIE training, I learned everything I needed right at home in my spare time. How about you? Want a great job in electronics too? Get full facts and CIE's 2 free books. Send coupon now. The Big Three. Official Marvel Solid Bronze Collector Medallion Coins. These things are actually really quite expensive now. I saw an auction not too long ago. It was about a year or two. For the Spider-Man coin. I think it went for like $800 or something. It was crazy. The Conan coin seems kind of cool. I like the Conan one. Yeah, these are actually pretty collectible now. Invincible Spider-Man? When did they ever call him the Invincible Spider-Man? He's anything but. The Incredible Hulk and Conan the Barbarian. Be the first to build a collection of these one-of-a-kind solid bronze coins showing three-dimensional likenesses of your superheroes. Collect them, trade them, wear them on a neck chain, or on a keychain, or on a money clip, or on a belt buckle, or a bolo tie, or in display holders. But hurry! Do anything you want with them. But hurry! Order now for low serial numbers. Hey, Judgment Wings, how's it going? Oh, you can get they actually sold belt buckles for them. That's kind of cool. And lucite holders and keychains and a bolo tie. Oh, that's great. All right. On a bolo tie, nobody likes those. And eventually, I left the temple, trained in body but not in mind. The only philosophy they had taught me was that of patience. My previous goals in life, money, power, love, remained untouched. As Libra, part of the Zodiac cartel, I never again found love. Liar! Liar! Hold, woman! Grab her, Thor. Hiya! Only once before has this one used her death grip. In Avengers 114, apparently. Not even a god of thunder can resist it. Though death need not be his today. Or, okay, no, that's not Thor saying that, that's her. Though death not need be his today. No one in a humanoid body can resist my rage. Pock! Strength is nothing against my skill. Did she just knock out Vision? Alright. Hold her, somebody! She's gone berserk! She dropped Thor! Thor, like a sack of potatoes! I never dreamed she was that good! You're lucky, Mantis, that Thor hesitated to strike an ally. You're lucky... Oh, is that Black Panther? But I'm certain we three old-fashioned fighters can... Hi-you! Thor and the Vision attacking once more. You pay no heed to warnings, eh? Then heed this. Libra shall pay for his lies about me. Your acts are rash, Mantis. We do not wish to harm you, but... Wham! Bam! You shall not prevent it! And on the next page, hey, you want to learn karate? Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Sabate, the total self-defense system. There you go. You can be just like Mantis. Beat up Thor. Now, blind man, learn the price of mentioning Mantis's past. But suddenly, more swiftly than the eye can follow, Not today, my girl, not today. You forget, I was trained in the same temple as you. And unlike the Avengers, I will not hesitate to use that knowledge. Like my name, I am the master of leverage. I learned but one trick from the priests of Pama, yet I learned it well. When I lift one arm, the other presses downward irresistibly. And all your skill cannot free you from me. Fool, my man, the swordsman, will come to my aid, and then... Swordsman? He is gone. What, was he in a wheelchair? Alright. He was here a moment ago. Did anyone see him Yon rumble on the roof. Forgotten for the moment is Mantis' strange outburst as the Avengers race to their combination roof/launching pad. Just in time to witness a launch. Do any of the world's mightiest heroes wonder who pilots that rocketing Quinjet? No. As they race back down 2 floors, flashing toward their radio room, they're all silently reviewing the seemingly limitless bravado of their comrade called the Swordsman. What the devil do you think you're up to? I'm going to repay a debt, Iron Man. Until now, Monsieur Creel
was only a gang boss who had used me. But if he killed Mantis's mother, tried to kill Mantis herself, he deserves my vengeance. I owe it to my lady. Swordsman, you're still weak from your infected wound. You don't sound strong enough to even get to Saigon. Received in battle in issue 117. Let alone tangle with the crime lord. Transmission ended, Iron Man. I didn't know a wheelchair was an Avenger. Yeah, look right there. Right there. That's the Swordsman. That crazy swashbuckler, he cut the radio. Odin's eyes, I should have pursued him as he left. Yet who could surmise an Avenger would be so foolhardy? Now we be forced to follow in our second Quinjet. Wrong, Goldilocks. Don't you remember? That ship's still in New Jersey where we left it when we were tracking Zodiac 2 issues ago, and who says this isn't the Marvel age of cantankerous continuity? Oh, fine. My Wakandan ship is only built for one. The mighty Avengers stuck at the starting gate. I might have known something like this would happen. Okay, Wanda, okay. Your impatience with us poor humans is duly noted. Just hang on, all of you, till I get back with the jet. Then, with a roar of golden jets and a grumbling mutter, Wanda, still on her tirade against humans, the Vision freezing up in battle, Captain America running from a fake murder charge, and now the Swordsman is playing hero. Apparently the Captain America is running from a fake murder charge in Captain's own book. Alright. Being an Avenger is like living in a madhouse. Here I am, preparing to fly to Vietnam with them, when I was almost ready to go there on my own in search of Eddie March's brother. See Shellhead's own book. Oh my god, how many other books do you have to read for this? As I was once known to intone sheesh. Yes, an Avenger's life never was, is, or shall be easy. Look now to the outskirts of Saigon. There's Monsieur Creu's villa, even grander than when I worked for him. Grop! Prepare yourself, you bloated toad. The swordsman has arrived. Don't bother to rise, you inscrutable pig. I'll come to you. I've got a bone to pick, Krull. One I'm going to carve from your fat body. Ah, my former employee. The poor man's Errol Flynn. It's a shame that we meet again in times of violence. Yet I feel certain that my minions will end the violence in your life without undue delay. What? I mean, every character probably shows up in some other book, if not has their own. And Avengers is like all of them grouped together, so it makes sense. Yeah, there's a solo Iron Man book, there's a solo Captain America book, there's a solo Vision. There's a Vision book, there's a Scarlet Witch book, although I think oftentimes they're together. There's a Black Panther book. So, yeah, they got their own things, and then this is like the big crossover thing, so, yeah. Alright, anyway. 2 against 1, eh? Those odds can only make the best blade artist in the world laugh, even in my weakened condition. I didn't choose to be a swordsman because of my good looks, Krull. This will finish your first giant. Huh? He keeps coming. Just so, in contrast to your time of employment, I now have my minions, injected with a drug. They feel no pain. Ptom! In fact, they are virtually unstoppable. Avengers assemble. I can read that after. We'll come back to that. Maybe they don't feel wounds, but they can still be blasted into unconsciousness by my sword's rays. Very good, very good. However, I have many men at my disposal. More behind me. Can't move fast enough. Pow! You
tire quickly, swordsman, as if already injured. As I recall, you are a determined man. You withstand pain well. But can you withstand a great deal of pain cunningly applied? You mentioned my niece, American. We must talk further about that. Almost as big of a crossover as Luke Skywalker, Captain America, Bugs Bunny, RE4 Merchant, Charles Barkley, and Godzilla. Exactly. 1 hour later. This appears to be the place, Mantis. I guess you have lived in Saigon. Indeed I have, and for all my life until I met the swordsman. Libra's lies are still lies, and even though I am not a true Avenger, I object to his accompanying us. We be yet engaged in the evaluation of his tale, Mantis. Perhaps 'tis here, in this war-ravaged land, that we shall find the truth. In any event, we should find the swordsman. He apparently came this way. The Avengers and Libra enter the strangely silent mansion warily but quickly, then just a few paces inside. Here he is, and he's been tortured! And from trembling lips come a terrible confession. I came to take him, and he took me, made me tell about the priests of Palma, how they raised Mantis. He's gone to them. He wants vengeance. The swordsman's in a bad way, Thor. We'll get him to a hospital. Good, Wanda. We shall follow him who did order this atrocity. Now no one raises a protest at Libra's presence because only he among them knows the way to the temple. Or so it is said. I have never been on this trail before. My man's suffering was for naught. He came here because he believed your lies, Libra. You are responsible. Shut up. A man will take so much, girl. Shut up and follow me. Oh, boy. And after a convoluted trek through the thick jungle glade, they suddenly step out under a clear Asian sky. Rising before them is the fairy tale facade of the temple. Sprawling before them are the priests, murdered. Thundering inside, Monsieur Cruel, I presume. We are discovered. They saw the priests were killed. So the battle begins. As he rears back for his first punch, Iron Man realizes that he understood his foe's Vietnamese and realizes why. Boom! As he throws his punch, he remembers that it was in this country he was forced to become Iron Man. Ooh, we're going into Iron Man's backstory here in Tales of Suspense number 30, 39? 38? Oh my gosh. 39, right? Whatever. The Black Panther thinks of men who wish no one ill will, and who yet were brutally struck down. Cobb. Men like the priests, and men like his father. The Vision thinks of the 2 previous times he is mysteriously frozen in the heat of battle. Frozen in fear. He tenses, searching his synthezoid body for any sign of new malfunction. And when he finds none, he confidently acts. As only he can act, he drops his attackers without permanent injury, precisely as he wishes. The others have acted similarly, each facing and felling 1 or more foes, but when they turn to seek other enemies, they find... Monsieur Coeur, he hath escaped! We caught the minions, but the shark is gone! He can't get... Yeah! A scream of pure terror! It is Krill's voice! What new menace lurks unseen in this dark, decaying temple? Why should a crime czar who has led a slaughter now scream as if his life were in danger? Oh no, no! Get away! Get... Ah! Continued after next page. Here's Love Spray Perfume. Discover how easy it is to earn $25, $50, or more a week in just a few hours, no obligation. Send 25 cents in coin for your spray perfume, a $4 value. We'll send perfume with complete information on how you can earn extra money, full-time or part-time, by introducing Blair Beauty and Home Products to friends, neighbors. Okay. Earn up to 40% commission on each order. Save money by ordering your own Beauty Aids home products at wholesale prices. Send for a free kit and catalog. No obligation. Hey, believer, have we got a new Kung Fu mag for you? It had to happen. Mighty Marvel proudly presents its newest, most mind-bending mag ever, The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Featuring these comic art thrillers: Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, The Sons of the Tiger, 6 Hands of Fury, become the greatest living weapons of all. Plus, fabulous photo features on Bruce Lee, King of the Kung Fu Flicks, David Carradine, Prince of the Flashing Fists, Five Fingers of Death, the martial arts movie that moved a nation. Bonus photos of karate kung fu experts in action. Now on sale for only 75 cents. And we have the, this thing. What is this thing? Astoundingly real, tanks actually exploding, blowing apart right off the panoramic battlefield. Tank traps. A tank is crawling, armored, skinned, fire-spitting, man-eating monster that preys on any helpless enemy, but it can be stopped with courage and daring. You're the live bait. Terrific, a real game with a huge realist... Oh wait, that's the Navy one. Okay. 64 combat men, bazooka teams, mortar men, mine detectors, riflemen, etc. Huge battlefield, 3D plastic, safe and reusable. HQ Commander, a complete game, 6 exploding tanks, 25 tank mines, 2 tank barriers, and simple directions. And then there's the Fighting Ships complete game. Terrific, a real game with huge realistic naval fleet, a giant washable skid-proof battle area, and simple rules for dive bombings, mine laying, ship-to-ship combat, torpedoing, sonar, and more. Be the victorious commander. Plan and outwit the enemy using your own thrilling tactics and strategy. Each fast and furious battle is new and excitingly different. Hours of action-packed fun for you and your friends. Don't settle for less. Order Fighting Ships today. Alright, we're almost at the... Oh, we gotta... I think we gotta zoom out for this one. Whoa! Check this out. It's a big old dragon. Here he is. I found him, but I sense he's been torn to ribbons. Cruel! What happened, man?
Never should have killed priests, never. Beware the Starstalker.
Starstalker? What be that? He can't answer you, Thor. He's dead. And in the looming shadows overhead, a forked tongue flickers. Next month, the world-wrenching wrap-up, plus more details on the mystery of Mantis' origin, and a dramatic new change in the life of the Vision. Don't miss it! Okay, so... Alright. That's gonna lead into Ghost Rider somehow. We'll see what happens. Alright, so let's read some of the letters to the editor, even though this isn't one that we're like, reading through. I'm not, currently doing serialized Avengers issues, but hey, whatever. It's fun. Dear Avenger people, that's what they call them. Avengers 118, the last installment of the Avengers Defenders series, was certainly no letdown. Of course, the whole combined story was a masterpiece, definitely well planned. As for the art, your special thanks to Bob Brown on the title page was more than justly deserved. Bob did a fantastic job just by the way he drew all of the combined and collected heroes and heroines as we are used to seeing them. Oh, there were a few uncertain spots to be sure. It is expected he won't copy the style of every artist, but other instances where a great many of the Marvel collection have appeared at one time, such as Hulk's trial a year or so ago, Reed and Sue Richards' wedding, have been failures in that respect. It's not to knock those artists, they're just not suited for that type of work. I think Mr. Brown was the best Marvel artist for the job. Bravo! One thing about the whole deal, though, I guess I should blame you. Right now, you have 3 universe-conquering beings on the loose at the same time. Annihilus in Fantastic Four, Thanos in Captain Marvel, and Dormammu in the Avengers Defenders story. Now, on top of that, you have just about all the Marvel characters possible evolved in one or maybe all 3. Take Blue-Eyed Benji, for instance. Let's face it, the interconnections are made partly to plug other mags. This is all right. They were well enough written so that they don't confuse me, but the threat of Annihilus doesn't seem so bad when you know B. Grimm has just bounced back from a joust with a couple of cronies of him who holds the Cosmic Cube, key to the universe-conquering power, or vice versa. You get the idea? I know this is too widespread to be just a slip, but couldn't you have held a couple off until one was done? Oh well. Also, I just noticed. Hey, this has the Marvel value stamp. It didn't get cut out. Sweet. That's probably why this comic was a little bit more expensive than I wanted to pay, but I paid it anyway because, you know, I had to read it for the Ghost Rider. But cool. That's cool. The value stamp. I like that. Anyway. Dave Burica, RR number 3, box, whatever, Paulding, Ohio. The thing is, Dave, Marvel time is nowhere near real time, in that all the adventures of our various heroes you buy this month aren't necessarily taking place right this minute. For example, the entire Avengers Defenders clash didn't last from June to December as it did in real time. It seems to have taken about a day or so of Marvel time. And that day or so could fit in either before or after the Annihilus two-parter, which similarly didn't take 2 months to occur. We try to keep all of our titles pretty much current with each other, but obviously it's not always possible or necessary. Now, you also asked about Thanos. Oddly enough, we received no letters, either to this mag or Captain Marvel, asking about the Avengers' appearances in the Thanos War since Captain Marvel number 27, when there's been no sign of that war in these pages. But just to show you that we haven't gone crazy and that we do try to make Marvel time to work, be advised that we're going on the idea that entire sequence takes place after this current excavation into Mantis's past, which will end next issue. In other words, the assemblers take on the Titans in their anniversary issue number 125 as part of a special link-up with the Captain Marvel magazine that month. And to top it all off, Stainless Steve, Jim Starlin, and Mike Friedrich, whose Iron Man solo adventures have also tied into the Thanos War, have prepared a Marvel time chronology of the whole complicated caper, which shall appear on this very letters page in number 125. There, Dave. It doesn't teach you not to ask questions, nothing will. Dear Steve, Bob, I have never read a comic to such satisfaction in my life, or for that matter, have I ever been so totally exhilarated by a letters page. Referring to 118, of course, I could not have dreamt that my hopes would materialize thus. Steve Englehart is a graphic bi-psychic with me, or something. I mean, every time I want to write you guys a letter with a suggestion, I never need to because it happens anyway. And I thought I was mad that Wanda didn't get to fight against the Surfer? Thank you doesn't seem to encompass it all. I know I won't have to even mention that you can't keep having villains as dire as Dormammu and Loki, requiring the combined strength of all the Avengers every issue. Sometimes have accounts of 1 or 2 Avengers battles, but not the ones who already have their own mags, and give us a breather from 8 super-powered, flashily dressed beings tripping over each other's character developments. But then Steve is probably plotting a script right now like that. As to 118's letter column, just let me say Bob's art is 10 times better than Hex, and I can't wait till he takes over Daredevil and Black Widow? Daredevil, Black Widow, yeah. And that everything because during the 70s, Daredevil was teamed up with Black Widow and they were living in San Francisco for some reason. I don't know. and that everything in Ralph's letter is or should come true. Steve, thank you for continued relevancy in Marvel, other heroes fighting against the same menace, a girl saving the day, etc. Bob, thank you, thank you, thank you for Wanda's heels. You couldn't imagine how long I've been trying. Huh? Paul Loper, Seattle, Washington. You were right, Paul. The very next issue, Steve dropped back down to only one villain, and the issue after that, several of the Avengers were off doing their own thing. Graphic by Psychic, huh? Marvel value stamp. Clip them and collect them. What the hell is this? Statement of Ownership, Management, and Circulation, Act of August 12, 1970, Section 3685, United States Code, title of publication, The Avengers. This whole legal thing. Alright. I think there was another letter in the back, wasn't there? Yeah, there is. Alright. Dear Roy, Steve, and Bob, in the latest Avengers 118, the Watcher shows with his usual pledge of non-involvement. Now, wait a second. I can't believe that he would not involve himself with his home world when the Watcher race is also imperiled by Dormammu's doings. Well, Kim? First off, we're sorry we can't print your last name, Kim, but the plain fact is that we can't read the Verschlungener thing, and you didn't give us an address. However, we're willing to let bygones be bygones and answer your question. You see, the Watcher's determined non-involvement was exactly what he said he lived for when he first appeared way back in Fantastic Four number 13. Ever since then, however, he's been backsliding quite regularly, saying, well, I really shouldn't help you guys, but... All this rather annoyed the purist and stainless Steve, so he decided to use the Watcher simply as a Watcher for once, and did. We thought it was swell, Kim, but we're sorry if you didn't. Dear Stan, Roy, Steve, Bob, and Saul, in all my 12 years of reading and collecting comics, The Avengers has always been my favorite mag, and your Avengers Defenders battles has certainly reinforced my enthusiasm. I've never seen such a tight, well-organized story. None of its potential was wasted in the script. Wow! Favorite line. That's twice the Thunder God has opened his mouth, and twice he's put his foot in it. I laughed for 10 minutes. The old Marvel humor is back again. I ask just one favor of Steve. Even if you don't return Hawkeye to the Avengers, please stop playing him for a stupid idiot. Check back on his early appearances. He was a bold, brave, swaggering swashbuckler, and quite a ladies' man. Sure, he thought a lot with his mouth. But he used his brain too, and is, in this form, certainly more interesting than the swordsman. Good luck in the future, and hang loose, Joe Cicala, Osborne Avenue, Roslyn, Pennsylvania. Gee, Joe, when did we make Hawkeye an idiot? Several years ago, some people said we made him too much of a clown, so Steve has tried hard to show the grittier side of his nature. Yes, he's hot-headed, quick on the trigger, but we don't think he's been participating stupid of late. After all, he defeated Zax in Hulk 166, and he foxed Iron Man in Defenders number 9. But what the hey? If we may be allowed a none too subtle hint, the amazing Archer's disappearance from the ranks of the Avengers may be nearing. Ooh, bye-bye Hawkeye. But what the hey? You'll get a chance to check the magazine Archer for latent dumbness and Marvel team-up any day now, and before too much longer he'll be... but that would be telling. Dear Steve, don't think I'm picking, because Avengers 118 proved to be a great ending to a great story. However, page 26, panel 3, shows Iron Man and Thor reverting to their alter egos. Page 32, panel 4, Doctor Strange says he will erase the knowledge of your civilian identities from each other's minds. Yet a while back in issue number 113, page 22, panel 2, you revealed that they both were already aware of each other's secret. So why bother do all that erasing since they found out earlier before the accidental revelation? Nan Brower, Mount Vernon Hospital, Mount Vernon, New York. As we think we've explained earlier, Nan, that little bit of deathless dialogue was added by our demon proofreaders who were probably shell-shocked after plot convolutions contained in number 118. If you are amazed, think what Stainless Steve felt like when he saw it in print. But it has been or is hereby repudiated and forgotten. Thor and Iron Man do know each other's ID, and that, as they say, is that. Watch for the exciting new surprises from the House of Ideas as Mighty Marvel moves ahead. Whew.
Groovy!
Oh my god. Hey, Mr. Greeny. What's up? Thanks for the groovy. Wait, what? What do you mean what, Zeph?
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Alright, so we have now read Avengers 123, which should supposedly prepare us for Ghost Rider number 6. Iron Man and Thor know each other's like base identity? Yeah, they I guess the hell's Thor's, I don't remember. What is Thor's identity? No, Thor back in the day, at least in the comics, Thor had a secret identity as a it's like a doctor or a scientist or something. Dr. Donald Blake, that's it. He's an American physician with a partially disabled leg. And Blake can transform by tapping his walking stick on the ground. The cane becomes the magical hammer Mjolnir, and Blake transforms into Thor. That's why you're confused a bit? Yeah. Also, in the comics, Iron Man and Tony Stark, they have kind of a Batman thing going on where no one knows Tony Stark is Iron Man and no one knows Iron Man is Tony Stark. It was the movies that changed that. Alright, so here we go. Ghost Rider. Finally. After like 2 weeks. There was a Spider-Man cartoon I watched before where he was like that. Yeah. I got a Spider-Man cartoon right here. Check this out. Look at this. The Amazing Spider-Man. Dr. Doom, Master of the World. Hey, thank you for the follow. Green Slate Gaming. Appreciate it. Look at that. Marvel Video. And then we got Bruce Banner unmasked. The Incredible Hulk. I guess it's like a Hulk and a Spider-Man tape in one, but it's still sealed. I don't really want to open it because it's old. It's kind of cool. Peter was talking to Tony, and Tony was like, I'll send Iron Man to help you out. Yeah. Yeah, he does that a lot in the comics. That sort of thing. Okay, here we go. Ghost Rider number 6. The most supernatural superhero of all. Can't stop myself. It's happening again, just like every night. Changing into something less than human. And only this girl knows the secret that can save me. In this issue, you and the Ghost Rider will face the menace of the second Zodiac. Okay, so we learned about the Zodiac. Now we're doing the Zodiac here. One of the Zodiacs is showing up. Alright, let's see what happens. Zodiac 2. You know, I feel like there's not much of a connection. Hey, Green Slate Gaming, how you doing? Honestly, after reading that Avengers story, like, while it was a pretty cool Avengers story, I kind of liked it. As a setup for the Ghost Rider story, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a con to try to sell you Avengers and Ghost Rider at the same time. I'm not sure. But we'll see. There we go. Stanley presents The Ghost Rider. Tony Isabella, writer. Gary Friedrich, concept. Jim Mooney, artist. Sal Trapani, inker. Lettered by Artie Simek. Colored by Phil Rache. And Roy Thomas is the editor. Maybe it happens later in the comic. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. San Francisco. Late the home of Daredevil and the Black Widow. But they are absent from the city tonight, leaving but one costumed figure to prowl its ocean-kissed streets. His name is Leo, and his presence here would be easy to explain, were he not known to be behind bars. Zodiac 2. Hold it, didn't the Avengers put Zodiac away in issue number 123 of their own mag that we just read? Just 2 months ago? Hang on to your gear shifts, heroes, cause we've got a few more surprises for you on the way to page 32. Gentlemen, start your engines. And this was published in June 1974. He's pushing for the affiliate. Go follow. Thank you for the shout out. Hey, Fariel. How you doing? I heard you're a really weak spell. Wind, only 1 damage. Hi. Hey, Brent. I bet you never thought we were driving these rigs for such a high-powered outfit, huh? Yeah, how about that, Tommy? Van Lunt turns out to be Taurus of the Zodiac bunch and gets locked away in some top-security prison by the Avengers. And he still has enough pull to get 100,000 sent easy for his defense fund just by passing the word through the grapevine. Tommy, that's my kind of boss. Sweet, look at those Metroids. Those are the coolest Metroids. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Captain Tendo. Captain Tendo has Metroid emotes. That's pretty cool. Those are nice. Weaker than a fart. Fart's at least 30 damage. Alright. But it would seem, friend driver, that there are those who do not share your high regard for Cornelius Van Lunt. Take, for example, the man who leaps to the top of your vehicle as the salty ocean air whips at his lion's mane. He appears the living incarnation of the zodiacal sign, represented by the lion. He is not what he appears to be. Brent, something's landed on the top of the truck. But that's impossible. We're still on the bridge. Impossible, but true. We would hazard to guess. As true as the steely claws that literally rip open the roof of Van Lunt's traveling money bin. Screech! Your name, Metroid Hatchling, made me come in. Oh, really? Cool. Yeah, I love Metroid. It's one of my favorite games. Metroid, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission. You know, they're all good. I even like AM2R. So are you a Metroid fan, I take it? Ooh, that's a cool one too. Look at the little hatchling looking thing. And that is One Forsaken Gaming. Neat. Well, he also has a Samus thing. And a Morph Ball. Tried to make a Morph Ball emote and they denied it. I'm not sure why. It's awesome. Yeah, I am. Awesome. Sweet. You haven't even checked out the ROM hack? What? Yeah, I don't have an EverDrive yet. I need to get an EverDrive, and then I can check out your ROM hacks. Alright. We both heard something fall in the truck, Tommy. I know we did. But what the heck was it? There's nothing around here. We'd better check on the money. Van Lunt will have our skins if anything happens to it. Then prepare to lose your pelt, dolt. This fortune shall not be used to free Van Lunt from his well-deserved fate. That is the command of Leo. Swap! Ugh! But you're still in jail with the rest of the Zodiac. Crunch! Perhaps it's best you believe that, cowardly one. Yeah! Scrap!
for the truth of this encounter would leave you babbling in the street, your very soul shriveled like a raisin. Bring the craft down, friend Slifer. We are nearly finished here. But we have other places to go, debts to pay back in full. And believe me, they will be paid back in full. You specifically want to get in Everdrive first? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Okay, we had this ad in the last issue. Alright, here we go. Here's Ghost Rider. Las Vegas, 400 miles and several hours from the mayhem we have just witnessed. But where another also reflects on debts and the payment thereof. His name is Johnny Blaze. And though he is undeniably guilty of offenses ranging from reckless driving to car theft, he feels he has paid for these crimes by defeating the leering demon called Roulette in the last issue. The only catch is who would believe the message Rocky left for me at the fairgrounds. While Duke Jensen was conning me with the promise of a pardon, Rocky was really earning one for me by helping the Attorney General get the goods on Jensen. And since Jensen was Roulette, it does look like I'm home free at last. Unless I try to tell the Attorney General that Jensen was an agent of Satan. Ooh. Subversion, I really enjoyed playing it. Subversion, never heard of that one. Is it newer? I think so, at least last year or so. I'll have to look for it. Release date August 31st, 2022. Yeah, it's pretty new. Sergeant, I'm Johnny Blaze. I'm here to see the Attorney General. He's expecting you, 3rd floor, say. I caught your show the other night. You're a fine stunt driver, fella. That phony ghost bit didn't fool me for a minute, though. Mr. Barnett, just skip the pleasantries, Blaze, and let us get right to the point. Dave, remember, Johnny is our guest. Johnny, Mr. Barnett doesn't see any problems getting all the charges against you dropped. Whoa, easy there, little darling. You hug me any tighter and you'll bust a couple of my... Try to curb your enthusiasm, Miss Simpson. We have to brief Johnny on his next assignment. My next what? Forget it, mister. I never signed up for the duration. Woo! Oh, that scared me. Hey, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is very kind of you. 100 bits for being cool and reading the comic. Thanks. Me and R&B Pikachu, every Sunday, we do Comic Book Club. It starts on R&B Pikachu's channel. Let me give a shout out here to R&B Pikachu. We start out in R&B Pikachu's channel, and he's currently reading through 1940s Marvel Comics. He's starting from the very beginning. He started with Marvel Comics #1, and now he's doing the Daring Mystery Comics, and he's working through those, and he's just gonna work his way through Marvel Comics from the start. And I am currently doing a focus on the Bronze Age Star Wars comics and Ghost Rider. And every now and then I will throw in a Silver Age Spider-Man. Sometimes I throw in like a Batman or just something random. And now and then I'll throw in a 1940s comic when I get them, which isn't too often. But like last comic book club I read Real Clue Crime Stories from 1947. That was kind of cool. My most recent comic I got was a Street Fighter 6 Volume 1. Oh, there's a new comic for the new Street Fighter? That sounds pretty cool. That sounds kind of fun. Go check that out. Alright, we are down here. Johnny, considering the leniency this office has shown you, I'm shocked by your lack of... Dave! Save your breath, Dad! There's only one thing psycho bums like him understand. Why, you...
Okay, we read that last time. I read this one last. It's the same exact ads in the as the Avengers book we just read. These coins are really cool though. These are really expensive now. Your pops had Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos. He used to make me read it to him. Happy Father's Day. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. I love Sergeant Fury. That's another one that I collect. I haven't started reading it on stream yet because I want to get the first 10. I have number 2 and then I think number 9 onward up until like number 50 or so. So I've got like the first 50 minus like the first 8. So, yeah. Number 1 is really expensive. Like, I wish they would do like a facsimile reprint of that or something so I could just get a cheap reader copy. And some of the other ones I just haven't. I mean, they're not that expensive, like $30, $40 a piece, but I just haven't gotten them yet. I've just been kind of focused on completing other sets currently. But I love Sergeant Fury. Sergeant Fury's awesome. Sounds like you have a great collection. It's a decent collection. I don't know. I got a full set of the Star Wars and working on Ghost Rider, so just it's a work in progress. Alright, let's continue. Let me at him, Dad. By the time I'm done with him, he'll be begging to help us. Back off, both of you. Johnny, I apologize for my son. That's supposed to make it okay? Please listen to Mr. Barnett, darling. This is a chance to really help a lot of people. Touching, lady, but he's got no choice. We've only got his word that roulette's been put away. And who's gonna believe a cycle tramp? That tears it. A couple hours ago, I almost got killed keeping Jensen from frying the city to a crisp. And now you tell me that isn't good enough? Well, it's good enough for me. If you disagree, you can send your men to the fairgrounds after me. But make sure they're well armed. Maybe you didn't hear me right, punk. I said you didn't have any choice in the matter. He pulled a gun on him. Maybe it's just that your diction improved 100% this very minute. I won't mince words, Johnny. We need somebody with your superpowers for this job. Maybe he ought to tell us how he got them. Superpowers? Funny. I never thought of my satanic abilities that way. But how can I explain them? Do I say I sold my soul to Satan to save Rocky's dad from a fatal disease? Or that Satan lets Crash Simpson die, not from the disease, but in a cycle crash? Rocky's purity of heart saved me from joining Satan in hell? But not from a nightly curse that turns me into the Ghost Rider, nor Satan's unending attempts at vengeance? Spotlight number 5. The first appearance. Yep, well, let's do that. I still remember battling Crash Simpson after Satan restored him to life. How can even Lucifer turn a father against his child that way? Marvel Spotlight number 68. Wow, they're going through every single issue here. It's like a flashback of every issue that we've read so far. Satan always goes after Rocky. My only protection against him. Like when the Indian witch man almost killed her in Marvel Spotlight 8 through 10. I saved her, but nearly got myself wasted as Johnny Blaze bullets can finish me off. Ghost Rider number 1. Nope, want to focus? Come on, here we go. Satan couldn't even wait for me to die from those wounds. He sent a lady named Witch Woman to lure me to hell in Ghost Rider number 2. Only an impromptu civil war between Satan and his son saved my hash that time in Marvel Spotlight number 12. I survived the bullet wounds after all, but if I tell them I'm your basic emissary of hell, they'll put me away for keeps, so... powers? You mean those corny sleight of hand tricks they use in the show? You're putting me on. Sleight of hand or not, they worked against Roulette, Johnny. That's why we need you. Might as well face it, Blaze. You're gonna be the big bad superhero who helps me put the screws to Zodiac. Zodiac? Don't you read the papers? The Avengers took care of that bunch weeks ago. Apparently, you haven't seen any later editions. 4 different Zodiac members have struck in the San Francisco
Holy shit.
in the past 24 hours. Each crime was directed against Cornelius Van Lunt, the leader of Zodiac. Leo robbed an armored car carrying monies for Van Lunt's legal fees. Libra and Gemini stole important papers on the case from Van Lunt's lawyers on 2 different occasions. Sagittarius actually tried to kill one of Van Lunt's attorneys. If some of the Zodiac gang have escaped, then why haven't the Avengers gone after them? You live near San Francisco? That holy shit went perfect? Nice. That's the problem, Johnny. None of them have escaped. They're all still in jail. But that's one mystery I'm sure the 2 of you will clear up in short order. Find another playmate for your sonny boy, Mr. Barnett. In other words, no deal, no way. I've been patient with you so far, Mr. Blaze, but I warn you, I can be very strict. You'll have to warn me a lot harder. Come on, Rocky, let's go back to the fairgrounds. And Dave, old boy, do me a favor. Try to come after me. Whoa. Evening. For some, an end to days. For some, an end to days' labors. For others, the beginning of a nightly curse. Whoop, whoop. He's Ghost Rider Man now. Johnny, will it always be like this? Won't we ever beat Satan's power? I don't know, Rocky. Maybe all we can ever hope for are moments like these, alone together with no one to come between us. Of course, maybe we won't even have those unless we get our road show back on its feet. We need some new stunts. Say, this cycle really feels good under me. I think I like it better than the flame jobby I've been using. Stand back, Rocky. I'm gonna try her out. Blam! Ugh, wham! Oh my gosh, someone just shot him right off his bike and he crashed it. He had a nice bike. It was a brand new bike. It was nice, and then there it goes. It's crashed, and now it's burning. That was a gunshot, but who? Get him up, Blaze. I'm taking you in. You! Dave Barnett, you were warned not to meddle in my affairs. Stuff it, Blaze. It's good sleight of hand, but it isn't that good. You had your chance at a parole. Okay, we'll read this afterwards. Come back to that. The letters to the editor. And you blew it, Cycle Tramp. You could have been a hero and helped me bring in Zodiac, but now you're just gonna be jail bait. Your obsession with Zodiac still does not interest me, mortal. Lord, that flame, it came right from your finger. You set my gun afire, but no sleight of hand flamethrower could be that hot. It just isn't possible unless it isn't a trick. Stay back, Blaze. If you do have some supernatural power, you're gonna help me. You are going to help me against Zodiac, or I'll strangle your darling Miss Simpson. Johnny! Jeez, man. Calm down. Have a care, mortal. You risk the swift termination of your worthless life if you harm the girl. Dave, don't hurt her. When I followed you to this place, I never dreamed. Save your breath, Mr. Barnett, unless you can convince your son to release Roxanne before I reduce him to ashes. Jeez. You're a bluffing spook, man. As long as there's a chance I can kill her before you can get me, you won't do a blasted thing. And that means I don't let go until you promise to help me get Zodiac. Johnny, don't do anything. He's mad. Mad or no, if he harms her. It's my fault. I should have seen it coming. Gotten him say. Oh, no, that's not Roxanne. That's his dad, I think. It's my fault. I should have seen it coming. Gotten him psychiatric help before he snapped. You saw your son's insanity coming and you did nothing? You don't understand. He's got a good reason to hate Zodiac. 2 years ago, he was a New York-based FBI agent. They captured him, tortured him, until he broke. Told him all he knew about the city's defenses. It was this information that enabled Zodiac to actually capture New York City for a time in Avengers number 82. Jeez, how many issues back does this go? Wow. Okay. After they got through with him, he wasn't any good to the FBI. They bounced him. All he's thought about since then is to get Zodiac. You knew this? Then find Roxanne before he harms her, Mr. Barnett, or you share the responsibility for whatever happens to your son. Search all you want, Father. You won't find her. Not until Blaze agrees to help me get Zodiac. Barnett. I'll find her. Somehow I'll find her. Come on, hero. The spotlight's on you. Are you gonna help me fight Zodiac, or does the girl die? Alrighty. With Senior searching for my lady, and Junior too far away to really see what's happening, I can conjure up my flaming cycle. This is the fastest way to reach him. Picked it up from the Omega Man. Now, if I don't hit any empty Coke bottles on the way up, okay. This shouldn't prove any problem for the world's greatest and most modest stunt driver. Blast. Insane or not, Barnett Jr.'s one of the smartest creeps I've ever tangled with. As long as he keeps that spotlight directly in my eyes, I can't focus on him. He's ducked out of sight. Maybe I can bring him out into the open by doing the ghost bit again. What's the matter, Blaze? Lose someone? Beware, Dave Barnett. You taught one who has all the resources of Satan at his command. Save it for the paying customers, Flame Face. He's not going to go without a fight. But can I really lash out against a man who's mentally ill, even for Rocky? Now this is interesting. I didn't know you could rope a ghost. You're a washout in the spook department, Blaze. Had enough? Or do I have to hog-tie you? No, mortal. I have not had enough. Perhaps it could only come down to this, a brutally physical combat, for these men are two alike. Both are victims of evil. Both have been changed by evil. Both died a little as their bodies, minds, and souls were bent and twisted out of shape. And only one has survived, even in part. Perhaps that determines the outcome of this. Perhaps not. That was your last chance, Blaze. You're never going to see your girlfriend again. No, Dave Barnett, it was your final chance. I waste no more time with you. Tell me where Roxanne Simpson is, now! No! No! Savage Tales. What is this? Maniacal mirth to mangle your mind. Crazy magazine. And Savage Tales featuring Conan the Barbarian. Johnny, don't hurt him. I'm all right. You are fortunate. I would have hurled you to your death. But everything's changed now, all right? I didn't lay a finger on her. We can be buddies, right? And buddies help each other, right? And you'll help me get Zodiac, won't you, buddy? He's snapped completely. Sure, Dave. I'll help you get Zodiac. They thought they could break me, but I'm not done yet. I'm gonna get Zodiac. Me and my buddy are gonna go after Zodiac. Me and my buddy. Where's my son, Blaze? He's okay, isn't he? Johnny, you didn't. No, I didn't, Rocky. But no, Mr. Barnett, your son is not okay. And why should he be any different from the rest of us? Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to do a favor for a buddy. Aww. Once more, San Francisco, 24 hours after the Vegas tragedy we have witnessed. Samuel Phillips, 12 years the guard at the Golden Gate Trust, is nervous. He's always nervous when the Board of Trustees hold their late evening meetings. Tonight, he has good reason to be nervous. Zodiac is on the prowl. Crash! It's Taurus, man. Listen to me good, bankers. If you don't want to be injured, do exactly as I say. I want you to open up Cornelius Van Lunt's safety box. And don't be slow, my friends. But aren't you Mr. Van Lunt? The paper said, oh dear, aren't you in jail? This is so confusing. I've no time for confusion. Open the vault. We can't. It's a time lock. It won't open until tomorrow morning. Time lock, And you're obviously too frightened to be lying to me, aren't you? Yes, sir. I mean, luckily I prepared for every difficulty. I do hope the noise won't disturb you. Oh, and please recall this gun before you do anything foolish. That weird ray. It's slicing right through the vault door. What is it? It's pure energy. Good bankers tap this from the stars themselves. Roar! Sizzle! Vroom. Okay. He's actually pushing the door in with that bullhorn cycle of his. Don't bother to point out Van Lunt's deposit box, my friend. I'm quite sure I can find it. I suspect the authorities will be most interested in these documents, since they contain enough incriminating evidence to put Van Lunt away for life. Isn't anybody going to stop him? Stop me? No one is powerful enough to do that. Screech! No one, Taurus? Next issue. The Sinister Secret of the Second Zodiac, plus a surprise guest star, and the most unexpected finish of all. Don't miss it. Alright, so next week we will be doing Ghost Rider number 7. And we'll see what happens with that. But before we end for today, I'm going to read the Ghost Rider section. See what they have to say. A special announcement from Stan, Roy, and Marvel Comics. By the time this message appears in any of our mags, you'll already have noticed that all of our 36-page comic magazines are now 25 cents, a nickel more than they were a few short weeks ago. Maybe your first reaction to the price hike was the same as ours might be if we were in your shoes. What's Marvel trying to do to us anyway? Don't they know we've got enough troubles, what with inflation, shortages, and an energy crisis on our hands, without trying to clip us for 5 cents more every time we want a little fantasy-filled escape from it all? What is this, some kind of rip-off so that Stan and Roy can vacation on the Riviera this year? If that was your reaction, it's an understandable one, and we'd just like to ask you to listen to our side of it for a minute before you decide. This year, the widely publicized paper shortage, in addition to various labor settlements among the companies that print, sell, and distribute Marvel Comics, caused additional expenses to Marvel of several $100,000. That means that we had to make that much extra money just to stay even, despite the fact that our sales in 1973 were the best in the business. So we had no choice, really, but to increase the cover price of our magazines, the same way that just about everybody else has to. Just in case you think we're now getting rich off that newfound nickel, believe it or not, that extra copper only covers about half the cost of the paper strike and other shortages. What are we doing about the whole situation? We think the answer is obvious. If you take a look at some of the titles we're now publishing besides our 36-pagers, there's our increasingly popular 75-cent line of full-scale magazines. First of all, already our 4 flagship 75-centers are being joined by The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu and the return on March 26 of Savage Tales, with 2 or 3 more much-requested types of mags already in the works. Likewise, there's our spanking new sensational 35-cent giant-size comics, a full 52-page of colorful cavorting and now a bigger bargain than ever. Not only that, but the next few weeks will herald the coming of a brand new Marvel phenomenon, our Swingin' Supergiants, featuring 100 big pages for just 60 cents, including a feature-length new tale each and every issue. The Bullpen Bulletin's pages will give you the full scam next time around, but rest assured that you're going to be getting your money's worth. Not only that, but we've also got other plans that we can't even hint at yet. Well, that's about it. We've had our say. But the only other thing we can do is to affirm once more that just as we've been doing for over a decade now, every artist and writer in the bullpen will be striving night and day, even harder than ever, if that's possible, to see to it that you consider each precious coin spent on a Marvel mag to be one of the wisest investments you ever made. Let's lick this thing together, okay? Thanks for listening. Spanking new. Yes, spanking new. Alright, so here's the letters. Dear Company, I just got through reading Ghost Rider number 4, and I must admit, it was superbly done. Gary did a great job on writing this issue, and I can't wait until number 5 comes out. But I didn't write to you guys solely to compliment you. I also wrote to ask about the mistake you made on page 30, to find out whether or not it was a mistake. In panel 4, Johnny Blaze's motorcycle suddenly goes dead. But how can a cycle made entirely from flame just suddenly stop? If Ghost Rider can jump off a ramp at least 40 feet up in the air without breaking a single part of the cycle, because it's made out of fire, which Johnny himself stated in the last page of Ghost Rider number 3, then there is absolutely no reason for a cycle made from hellfire to go pfft. Now that I got that off my chest, let me say that I hope you start publishing Ghost Rider monthly, because I think it's a fabulous mag, and I'll never stop buying it. Never, Wayne? Really? Not ever? Not even for dinner? You're just gonna stand around for the rest of your life and never stop buying this mag? Hey, sounds like you, Zeph. Wow, like we knew we had some faithful fans out there, but no offense, Wayne, we're just kidding around and stalling for time while we try to dope out and answer the question you posed. Only trouble is, we don't have an answer, but the best thing we can do is Satan works in strange and mysterious ways, which isn't very satisfying and borders on blasphemy besides. So suppose we just award you a no prize for noticing that particular phenomenon does seem to be out of order, and concomitantly offer a no prize to any reader who can explain it. Mang. Dear Roy, Gary, Jim, and Tom, one of Marvel's biggest successes of the year is Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze is the ultimate in man's constant battle in the war between good and evil. Though Johnny succumbed to evil's temptation in order to save Crash Simpson, his reason was not totally evil, thus putting his soul not exactly in the grip of Satan. This and the purity of soul and the love of Roxanne give Ghost Rider leverage with which to do battle against Satan for his soul. This makes Johnny neither a hero nor a villain, but a human being trying to save his soul. The question on your masthead, is he alive or dead, is thus answered. Johnny Blaze is alive and fighting, both during the night and during the day. By the way, for those readers who wonder about the relationship of Satan as portrayed in Ghost Rider and Mephistopheles, there is an explanation. In the Bible, it is said that Satan has many names and identities, not just one. George A. Williams, Vernado, Louisiana? We agree with your explanation of the many faces of Satan, George, and you'll find further elaboration on that theme in the current Marvel Spotlight starring Demon Hellstrom, the son of Satan. If you're interested in Satanism, the occult, and some of the oddest superhero dilemmas ever to appear in a comic mag, we urge you to get into this wild new strip. Meanwhile, getting back to subject of Ghost Rider, George's view is certainly not the only view of Johnny Blaze's role in the great cosmic drama. George sees him as a human being caught in the middle of the war between heaven and hell, good and evil, light and darkness. The correspondent whose letter follows sees the situation somewhat differently. Diaz says, for my money, Johnny Blaze is no hero. He's a villain, and I wish Spider-Man or Iron Man or Captain America would put an end to his career. To begin with, selling your soul to Satan is not the most honorable of acts, no matter what the motivation. Such an act is supposed to be evil, and I've been wondering how good could come out of such evil. Answer, it hasn't. Johnny Blaze may have been good once, but now he's been corrupted. He's as bad as some of your regular villains. Here are some of your misdeeds. In Marvel Spotlight number 10, Ghost Rider risked killing 2 policemen who were trying to stop him for reckless driving. He wasn't driving recklessly for some heroic purpose, but because he was upset over Roxanne's illness. Would you like all of your readers to go tearing down public streets whenever they get upset? In Ghost Rider number 1, he steals a truck. In Ghost Rider number 3, he becomes a murderer, intentionally killing Dawson, probably accidentally hurting innocent people in the truck that got smashed. In Ghost Rider number 4, he commits 3 crimes in a single issue. First, he risks the lives of more policemen who are trying to bring him to justice. Let me state here that I am no police lover, but in this case, Johnny Blaze is doing more wrong than they are. Secondly, he makes a deal with a crook named Jensen, who makes a deal with the police to get Blaze off the hook. I didn't like it when Spiro Agnew made a deal to get out of paying for his crimes, and I don't like it when Marvel characters do it either. Thirdly, and worst of all, Johnny Blaze kills again. He takes the law into his own hands and burns a man to death. True, the man was an assassin, but his punishment was for the courts to decide. In almost all cases, capital punishment is illegal anyway. And death by fire is a particularly cruel way to die. I admit that there can be no clear-cut definition of what is moral and what isn't, but I hate to think that you're putting up Johnny Blaze to your readers as an example of morality. Are you saying that it's all right to drive dangerously, steal cars, and kill people? I say it's not. Here's hoping Johnny Blaze gets sent to jail. Richard Nathan, 2002, 4th Street, Santa Monica, California. Richard Nathan, you sound like a fun guy. Alright, let's see what they say. Some philosophers have argued, Rich, that one reason the Russians might be less apt to start a world-dooming nuclear war than would the Americans is that the Russians, as a people, do not believe in an afterlife, i.e., they have no reason to believe that if their population is wiped out, they will all meet again at some far-off pearly gate. Johnny Blaze, on the other hand, is absolutely certain that there is a life after death, that both God and Satan exist. Thus, from his point of view, you must remember, when he kills a villain, he's doing no more than sending him to his just reward or punishment. A reward or punishment he knows exists outside of this mortal coil. Please note, we're not offering that as a definitive explanation of some of the Ghost Rider's rather unorthodox behavior. Among other things, it's a little unsettling to consider that belief in a life after death might make the life before death seem a little less precious. So let's consider some of the other possibilities too. Johnny Blaze sold his soul to the devil in order to save the soul of Crash Simpson. In doing so, he learned that Satan and hell actually do exist. When he was later cheated by Satan, who took the life of Crash Simpson in spite of his bargain with Johnny, Blaze rebelled. And because he was protected by the aura of goodness about Roxanne, Satan was unable to capture Johnny's soul. So instead, he decided to torment him by forcing him to become a cycle-riding demon every nightfall. Now, if all that happened to you, what sort of shape do you figure your mind might be left in? In other words, it's a very real possibility that Johnny lives every moment on the brink of insanity. Perhaps that, in fact, in the real torment which Satan has inflicted upon him, perhaps the creation of the Ghost Rider was merely a means to that end. All of which lends quite a bit to the support of the thesis that George Williams advanced earlier on this page, that Johnny Blaze is caught dead center in the war between good and evil in a no man's land where light and darkness blend into sullen grays, where evil means sometimes seem the only way to achieve good ends, even though that philosophy has been proved totally unsound. Frankly, we don't know the answer to this dilemma, and we're not even certain there is a definite answer. We'd be interested in hearing the other readers' ideas on the matter. Meantime, let's lend our attention to a somewhat less earth-shaking, but nevertheless interesting question. Dear Marvel, if the Ghost Rider's body can burst into flames like the Human Torches, then why can't Ghost Rider fly like the Torch, and why don't his clothes burn away? Brian Troutman, Liberty Street, Butler, Pennsylvania. This one's easy, Brian. Brain? They spelled it brain. They misspelled Brian. They wrote brain. This one's easy, brain. Sort of. Fact is, the Ghost Rider's body does not burst into flame like the Human Torch's. It's a totally different kind of flame. The Torch's flame is a purely physical phenomenon. It's pretty weird, of course, but it's still just regular old fire. Addresses not redacted? No, they always printed the addresses. They always did. Ghost Rider's flame, on the other hand, is of occult origin. As nearly as we can tell, it doesn't burn or even give off much heat unless Ghost Rider wants it to. It's just not subject to natural law. And that's all the space we have for this issue. Till next time, remember, these are your pages for your letters and comments and suggestions and ideas. Right! Big things are coming from Marvel. Watch for them, enough said. And we have another Marvel value stamp that was not cut out, thankfully. Pretty sweet. Marvel value stamps are pretty cool. Collect them all. Everyone was doxxed back in the day. Yeah, back then no one cared. How you doing, Avad? Just finished Ghost Rider. And so that's it for today. We've got, we finished Star Wars. We finished Avengers 123, which didn't quite lead into the Ghost Rider story as much as I hoped. I thought they were going to be a bit more connected. Like, you got the Zodiac connection, but that's about it. And the Zodiac that's in this isn't even the Zodiac that's in this, I think. I don't know. Getting ready for work. Glad you caught the fan mail. Alright, cool. Cool. Awesome. Glad you managed to stop in for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to end it here for the day, but I will be back tomorrow to hopefully finish Dragon Force on the Saturn. And then sometime after that, hopefully I'll get my OSSC in the mail and can start doing some of the computer games again. I haven't figured out how to fix Mission Critical yet. I really want to get that to work. But, yeah. Keeps crashing still. Alright, well, let's find someone to raid. Who's live? Who's live? There's people who are live. Take care. Thanks for the stream. Not thanks, but thank you. Keep reading it. Thanks with an S. What? Thank for stream. Oh. What? I don't understand. Let's see. Nicholas Petrus is still doing StarCraft. New Music is doing a Sega Sunday. That could be fun. Imperial Salsa is doing Skyward Sword. Kodathan's doing Dead by Daylight. Stellar Death is playing Alex Kidd. Man, there's a lot of people. Oh yeah, Bowie. I should probably raid Bowie. He's like probably doing a 24-hour stream. He's at he's at 19 and a half hours. Yeah, we're rating V Bowie. He's at 19 and a half hours of his 24-hour stream. Keep typing thank on purpose, but you always read it with an S. Oh, sorry. My brain just fills in the blanks. Well, you're also doing a 24-hour stream, Matt? No, but Bowie is. Go say hi to Bowie. He's at 19 and a half hours of his 20-hour. Oh my gosh, this is such a long stream. He said he was only going to go for 12 hours, and now he's at like 19 and a half, and yeah. Anyway. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have fun. Bye-bye. And I'll see you tomorrow.